Welcome back to another episode of Treasure Hunting with Pirate, another coin collecting video. Thanks for joining. Tried to look at doing last week a video about some other collectibles, such as I've got some Funko Pops, I've got a very amateur tiki mug collection that's slowly gathering dust. So I was looking to do a different variety video. Shot a couple videos, wasn't happy with the quality of the video, so gonna have to go back to the drawing board and take a look at some other options to get those videos off the ground. Apologies for not having a video last week as well, just didn't get around to getting any coins after the ideas for the other collectibles fell through. This week, I went through a box of nickels because, and I'll say, nickels are probably my second least favorite coin to coin roll hunt. I would say my least favorite is going to be a tie between, like, just dollar coins, or I don't like going through half dollars. I'm not a big silver chaser. I prefer to look for older variety coins. I don't have any desire to amass a massive hoard of silver. I like finding wheat heads. I like finding Indian pennies. I like finding buffaloes. I don't mind if the coin is silver, but just a silver half dollar is nothing super exciting for me. And I don't particularly care for nickels because they are I would say they just don't have a whole lot of variety for me to pick through and look through. There's of course errors, but again, I don't really chase errors. I was kind of hoping for some, at least a couple buffaloes, maybe one in a box. That would be kind of the idea. But the reason why we're doing nickels is, of course, the quote-unquote penny shortage has finally caught up with me here on the West Coast. And all of my banks have gone into panic mode over the penny shortage. I don't think it's a penny shortage. It's the current administration and the federal government not wanting to distribute pennies. There is not a penny shortage. There are plenty of pennies sitting in distribution centers. The federal government does not want to release those to banks, which means when the bank got word of that, they clamped everything down and they're limiting the amount of pennies that they'll give out to customers. Even with a business account, I can't get pennies. So at most I can get, the banks that I have a friendly rapport with will give me up to $5 in pennies per visit per day. So I can slowly, as I have time in between everything else in life, swing by banks and get $5 worth of pennies over the course of a week. That might add up to about $25 worth of pennies to coin roll hunts through and have enough finds to be able to put a video together. But it's going to be interesting. We'll have to see how things shape up. There was one bank that I'm very friendly with, or I'm hoping that I'm still very friendly with. They were willing to give me an entire box of pennies, even though they were getting the memo from higher up that they weren't supposed to. I did politely decline the offer, even though it was my last stop for a bank for the week. I didn't want to burn a bridge and have anyone get in trouble over this silly hobby of mine. So maybe as things improve and as things change, maybe I'll do a whole video on it at some point, but it is my belief that the penny is going to come back. I believe that we will see a change. We will see production of the penny resume, because I don't think any other steps are going to be taken to eliminate the penny anytime soon, and they're going to have to do something. But in the meantime, we'll continue to do what we can with our hobby and have some fun. With that being said, almost getting skunked in this box. Nothing really significant being found in this box. We're starting with a 1981 Denver, only because I did find two coins that I am going to swap into my coin binder for nickels that are slightly better quality than what I currently have. This 1981 Denver being one of them. and we're just not going to show the reverse. And then I've got this really nice looking 1971 Denver, really in better condition than the one that is currently in my binder. For this one, we'll go ahead and show the reverse, just so that we have it. Not anything crazy, and just eyeballing it, it's a better condition coin than what's currently in my binder. Also in this box, just for fun, was a 2014 Denver dime, so I've made out by an extra 5 cents for this box. And then sadly, the only other things I found were some older nickels. I think as my ability to access pennies are limited and I'm transitioning into nickels, and I'll educate myself more on varieties and other things to hunt for. But I think I'm going to start pulling aside any nickel I find that's going to be older than 1955 and just kind of, I don't know, sock it away. I didn't find a whole lot, so I think when I found them, maybe these are going to kind of be my quote-unquote wheat pennies for nickels. But from my limited research, the more prominent varieties and key dates are kind of in that 1955 year or older, of course, before we get down to buffalo nickels. So I think I'm just going to kind of sock these away like they're wheat pennies and just pull them from circulation and keep them in a tube or in a bag, or keep them safe until I decide what to do with them. Who knows, at some point I might amass a whole Ziploc bag full of these things and decide that they're not worth anything, and I'll release them back into the wild. But for the meantime, they're going to get pulled and they're going to stay with me for a while. So working our way backwards in dates, we've got a 1954 Philadelphia, and not like super great shape, of course, but clean. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a Denver. I forgot. These nickels, these older nickels, are going to be mint marks on the back. See, that's how out of practice I am with Jefferson nickels. So we'll go ahead and see. We got a 1953, and flipping it over to the back for showmanship, it's going to be an S. Some of these varieties, it's not the 53, but some of these varieties have double stamped mint marks. That's going to be the most prominent variety that I'll be looking for. But that, of course, is going to be the good find. Got a 1949, a little bit of black gunk there in the date, but again, just clean, not a lot of oxidation, just nice even wear. A lot of wear there. It's gonna be a Philadelphia, no mint mark. So again, not one of the varieties that have a mint mark to double stamp. Got a 19, and then this is gonna be the oldest. This is gonna be the end. This is gonna be 1941. And it's gonna be a San Francisco. Again, not really something that's got a huge variety to it, but again, we'll just kind of pull these aside and rescue them from the world and keep them in our collection and see if we can do anything with them or turn them into anything. I don't know, but that's gonna do it for this week. We'll see what other things I can do. I was going to have to get creative anyway. I didn't want this channel to become just a penny hunting channel. I want it to have some variety. So we're going to come up with some unique ideas. We're going to do other things. This week we did nickels. Next week I've got something a little more unique that I think everyone will enjoy. It'll probably be a shorter video, but it'll be a lot more fun. Especially for me, it's going to be fun. So thank you all so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.